Oh, we're live. We are live. So, kind of got something in the mail today. One I want to show off, kind of a what's in the box video from the custom saber shop. Woo-hoo-hoo. It's going to be something awesome. I'm not going to have the chance to build it for a little bit, but got some cool stuff from the custom saber shop that came in. And also, I don't know. Hey, Jake the Snake, saber hype. Actually, it's not saber. It's something else. It's saber related. It's definitely saber related. Not a saber. I wouldn't order any more sabers for myself anyway. I have too many. And I don't have a whole lot. But hola Israel. I wanted to talk about something really quick. Rich Sanglio, he asked me for this, and I totally forgot. And I don't know if Rich is going to be on tonight, but if Rich does come on or watches videos, he asked if anybody has any 1-inch heat sinks. So this is an old, I believe, custom saber shop 1-inch heat sink with the extended copper on it. I have that, and I have a bunch of heat sinks from doing conversions and changing people's tri-cree sabers to Neopixel. But there's a 1-inch custom saber shop module with heat sink. I have MHS with the MHS heat sink because I know Rich builds a lot of MHS sabers. There's another 1-inch module, and I think this one is from KR Sabers because the threading is different on it, but it has a heat sink on it and it fits. And then, of course, I have a couple of these 7/8. This one still has the tri-cree in it. But at any rate, so Rich Sanglio, if you catch this, that's awesome. If not, I'll try and send you a special message tonight telling you I got those. And if you want one, I'll send it to you. So it doesn't matter to me. I'll send it out. So, hey, Melissa's World is on. That's awesome. Hey, Melissa's World, good to see you. Hey, Melissa, has there been any progress updates on your saber? I haven't had a chance to log into TRA lately, and I was kind of wondering how your saber's going. No, we just started, Melissa, so I just came on. So you're all good. Oh, Fat263 is on, which is cool because we're going to talk about some stuff that Fernando debuted this week that was kind of like a huge mic drop bombshell on the whole saber world. I mean, I was even scratching my head going, all right, how did Fernando do that? I have no idea. Those lights are killing me on backlight. I'll turn those off. Oh, yeah. So I guess let's talk about that first. Battle mode. What? Are you on drugs, Fernando? What's the matter with you? We need COVID to be over with so Fernando can go back to work so we can all catch up and figure out what the hell he's done. Oh, no new threads yet on Melissa's saber. Talked with, and he said the chassis is in production. Going to take about 3 weeks. Okay, cool. Cool. And then it ships to Scarecrow. That'll be awesome, Melissa. We're all looking forward to you getting that saber. But at any rate, I was like, how did Fernando do that? So the blades touch and you got lockup. And when the blades disengage, the lockup ends. But if they touch and disengage, you just get clash when it's in battle mode. And that raises the specter. You already know that Frederick's working on the IR receiver and the IR. So any blaster that has an infrared transmitter in it, it's able to receive that and display a blast. And now you got Fernando creating battle mode with lockup and clash. And I'm just scratching my head going, weren't we just on Nano Biscotti's like last year? What happened? It's insane. I can't keep up with it. When I start building sabers again, I'm going to have to go back and ask all kinds of questions because I don't even know. What does what sound like, Melissa? Oh yeah. So Melissa, your soundboard has flash on clash. So like when the blade strikes an object, here I'll show you, and I know you're probably going to have to put your eyes right up to the screen, but I'll show you on the screen. So here's a lightsaber, which this is the leftover parts of the blade that I made for you and my short demo blade. But basically, once the saber's ignited, if it hits something, you get a clash. Do you hear that, Melissa? So that's designed to be like a saber hits another lightsaber blade. Well, you just hit your lightsaber blade on something, Melissa. But then a lot of these have lockup. Now this isn't going to display because it's a short blade, and that's the sound when lightsaber blades are touching each other. And then of course it has a lockup disengage. But so basically what Fernando has done on Profi, not the soundboard that you're getting, but on Profi, Fernando's actually written code that however he did it, I have no idea. I guess it's just after there's a clash, there's no movement, like a swing movement. As long as it's just slow movement back and forth, I'm assuming it still holds lockup. But if you get a clash and then a swing movement, it doesn't play the lockup. I'm assuming that's how he did it, but I'm not sure, and Fernando's probably not going to tell. But either way, when I saw that video, I was like, that's crazy. I don't know how he did that. That's insane. That's next level stuff. It's just insane. You combine that with the IR receiver and the IR blasters, and it's really getting to the point where lightsabers are, yeah, I mean, you could have a no button setup and pretty much have all the functionality that you want on the saber. Hey, Cole. And hey, Chet Osborne. Chet Osborne's on. That's awesome. Yeah, it's getting more real, and but again, this goes back to, and I've talked about this in a couple of the Monday live streams, is that, especially now, so basically I've been out of saber building, for 2 months while I've been, selling my house, prepping the house to sell, moving. I haven't built a lightsaber, for almost 2 months now. The last lightsaber I built was the ESB Graflex that sold. And by the way, Jazz Family got his lightsaber blade back, and it really, it worked. So his lightsaber blade is awesome. I'm glad I was able to get that fixed for him. But yeah, gestures. I know gestures are really opening up a lot of stuff, Fernando. It's incredible watching y'all develop this thing. And Profi is developing, exponentially fast because there's so many contributors. But you don't need so many contributors when you have Fernando, because Fernando's like a one-man army, all by himself, coming up with all these crazy ideas in his head. I'm sure his wife's ready to kill him. Enough of the lightsabers. Juan Carlos Guardia's on. Hello, Juan Carlos. Good to see you too. But wow, the world that Fernando's opened up here. Yep, your saber is a blind Padawan saber. It's almost, it's got a lot of Kanan Jarrus lineage in it. Oh, so hey, check this out, guys. So I know I'm not supposed to be drinking beer, but look what I found. I found, when I was moving, I found a case of bottles because I used to brew my own beer. And the last batch I brewed was like 5 years ago. And it was a stout, and it had some Jameson in it, and it had cocoa nibs and coffee. And when I first brewed it, it tasted horrible. And the guys at the brewery are like, just put it in boxes and let it sit in the dark for a while. And I'm like, well, how long is a while? And they're like, I don't know, a year. Well, apparently I forgot about it. It'd been sitting in there for 5 years. So I put it in the refrigerator, and I tried it, and oh my God, it's awesome. Oh, it's dark sparkling water. It's exactly right. I'm not getting my steps in, not drinking that. But I don't know, the good news is for me is I only have a few bottles of this left. It was my last homebrew. I had beer in all the boxes. That's basically what happened. I had my homebrew beer in the boxes, but this is 5-year-old stout, and it was homemade. I made it, and when I found it, I was like, ugh, that can't be good. That's like 5 years old. And I put it in the refrigerator, and lo and behold, I opened a bottle, and I'm like, Jennifer, if I fall out, call EMS, because I didn't know what was going to happen. But it was actually pretty good. But other than that, I'm drinking sparkling water and water. But I have been, having one of these, and it's a special occasion. It's Monday, and I'm also celebrating my house is actually going live on the market tomorrow morning, and I've already got some offers on it when it was in the coming soon thing. So hopefully it sells quickly, and now I can focus on the house, like my closet, beer and dark places. Yeah, that's exactly. So it was in a box coal in my garage storage ceiling tray, and I mean it was exposed to heat. It wasn't exposed to light, but it was definitely exposed to heat. And I was like, "There's no way that stuff's still good. No way. 5 years old." And whew, it was good. I was like, "Holy crap, what happened?" Um, but yeah, Melissa, you'll be able to adjust to your saber once you get it. And yeah, I'm in my new house. I'm filming live from the new Casa Megtooth Sith, and this room is still a mess because I haven't unpacked this room completely yet. And now everyone's using this like a staging area. Like when I finish tonight, I've got a bunch of boxes over here that I need to put up in the attic. Like holiday decorations, Christmas, Halloween, all that stuff's going up in the attic to get it out of here. But it's kind of cluttering up this room right now, so I don't really want to show you all this room because it's kind of a disaster. The Sith stronghold, yeah. Although in real life I'm not very Sithy, I'm not very evil and nasty. But all right, so I guess we need to do the what's in the box thing that I got from the custom saber shop. Little drinky of 5-year-old beer first. Oh yeah, the new house is excellent. Thank you, Juan Carlos. I'm very happy to be in the new house. So, what's in the box? Let's see. Open the box, and out comes number one. That's the easy things. I got 7/8" blades, and I've got some blade butt caps there for 7/8" blades. But the bonus feature is, and I haven't even seen these. I haven't taken them out of the package. But anybody else see what's in there in the red container? You all know what that is? Anybody know? Pixel sticks. krpixel sticks. Ken of the Hill got it right. And, I'm pretty excited to build some of these krpixel stick blades. Yeah, they're KR strips. So check this out, y'all. And for those of y'all that didn't hold, yeah, no, Melissa, you're not going to be able to see it because it's in red bubble wrap. And I know your vision's not that great, but it's in red bubble wrap, and it's very exciting stuff. Now Jennaru's looking at me like he's such a nerd, and I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm trying to get the pixel sticks out. Stand by. I need a knife. I need scissors or something. All right, trying to get to one of these pixel sticks so y'all can see it. And Melissa, once I take it out of here, I'll hold it up close to the camera so maybe you can see it. But these are basically like a brand new Neopixel, kind of like I built in your saber blade, but these are a little different. I couldn't have built your saber blade because your saber blade's a little shorter than normal. I think KR's already built some of these. I think that Space Windu's already built some of these. So they're dual-sided right out of the box. And these are the strips. I'm trying to hold it close to the camera so Melissa can see it, but the camera won't focus. Come on, focus. There you go. So there's the blade tip. There's the tip on the other side. And then the pads. Looks like a world of difference on the pads. If I can get the camera on it. Focus. Focus, you ass. There we go. So you can see that the pads are a lot easier to solder to. Look at that when it focuses. But yeah, so those squares, Melissa, those are the actual individual Neopixels that light up inside the blade. And they are square, so at least you got to see that. And it gives you focus, I know. And so Melissa, basically these pixels are like little computer chips with LEDs in them, but there's hundreds of them. So I don't remember exactly, but your blade has a bunch of these same pixels in there. And unfortunately, these strips that Cal made, you're pretty much stuck making a 34.5-inch blade, which is fine by me because pretty much most of my blades are 34.5 inches. But I'm going to have to figure out blade ID, because if I start using these pixels, then I'm going to have to, I would need my lightsabers all to recognize if I'm using the krpixel blade. And that means I'm going to have to go and redo all the configs and all my sabers to get them to work with the pixel blade, because it's a different setup on the pixel blade. Yeah, they're really nice. And for those of us on the American continent, these krpixel strips are now available at the Custom Saber Shop, which is where I ordered mine from. And, you know, they're rigid. They're pretty cool. I'm happy with it. I don't know how he did it, but I'm excited to build a blade with them. And I've got two clear 7/8-inch blades with white strip diffusers in this package, which I didn't show y'all. And I need to protect this so that it doesn't get broken. I just wanted to, that package came in today. I didn't even expect that to come in. Blade ID. What's blade ID? So Melissa, on Profi sabers, you can put a resistor inside the saber blade on, I believe it's between negative and ground, and the Profi will recognize different length blades. So there's some effects on lightsaber blades that are important to know how many pixels are in your blade, so that, yeah, it connects into the emitter and then it sends the signal to the soundboard of how many ohms of resistance it's sending, and then the soundboard knows which blade profile to use based on that. And this is only on Profi. CFX may be able to do this, I don't know, but I know Profi can. And basically that allows you to use different length blades in your lightsaber, but not lose any of the effects on your lightsaber, like tip drag, or if you have centralized, localized lockup, you know, it'll actually be in the center of the blade. So on this lightsaber with the short blade, this config file is actually designed for a full-length blade. So when I hit lockup, you don't see it because it's past the end of this blade. But if I were to put one of my long blades in there, you'd see the lockup is in the middle. Oh, Melissa, I'm trying to keep up with you, Melissa, but you're typing faster than I can read. Scarecrow said once he's ready, he's going to make a video on how to navigate. Oh, yeah. He'll make a video for your saber, I'm sure. Oh, I don't want to stop your creativity, Jesse. So don't let me stop your creativity. But, you know, hey, Jesse, did you see Fernando's battle mode on Profi? Did you see that? Oh my God, that's insane. His work's just crazy. I know. Whoever thought in a million years we would be at that point? I mean, it's so realistic that I'm still just shaking my head. I don't know how Fernando did it. I assume some of it was gestures and movement. Yeah, Melissa, you type a lot faster than I can read and keep up with. You know, your disability certainly doesn't hold you back on your typing, because you're fast. No, I was trying to keep up with all your questions, but I was trying to show that close enough to the screen. I hope you made out those pixels, and it sounds like you did. You described their shape. And so when we're building these modern Neopixel blades, Melissa, each blade will have hundreds of those squares inside of it. And each of those squares, the computer sends a signal to tell that pixel what to do. And that gives us that sequential ignition where the light moves up the blade, and the sequential retraction where the light moves down the blade. And it also allows you to have different color effects on the blade, like for blaster blocks or clash or lockup. That's the cool thing about Neopixels. And they're all basically like little computer chips. They're computer chips and LEDs all combined into one. And each lightsaber blade, like for instance, a lot of my lightsaber blades have about 129, 130 Neopixels in them. That's roughly about what a 34.5-inch blade holds. And each of them are individually controllable by the soundboard, including yours, including the soundboard, the Golden Harvest that's going into your your lightsaber. And I'm excited to see the next gen Golden Harvest and what it does in your lightsaber with the Neopixel Blade that I built for your saber. So that's going to be pretty exciting stuff. Home row keys in school. That's how you type with your teacher aid. Yep. Well, I mean, I can type without looking at the keyboard. I don't need to see. And I know you're hearing me. I know you can't see everything that is on my video, which isn't so bad because it's actually my face, which is ugly and fat. But, you know, I tried to hold those pixels up there so you can see them pretty clearly, which is, you know, a lot of fun. But at any rate, so, you know, while we're talking about Profi development and, you know, this battle mode that Fernando has come up with, yeah, that's cool. Just waiting on the chassis. Well, once he gets the chassis, he can build that saber probably in a day. Melissa, my guess is that he's already built all the components and just has to solidify the install. The install doesn't take a lot of time. That's what people don't understand. Who? What are you talking about, Cole? Me? The bald fat guy? Yeah, I can type without looking at the keys too, Melissa. A lot of people at work are boggled by that because they'll be sitting there talking to me and I'm still typing and they're like, "You're listening to me and typing?" I'm like, "Yes, you just said," and then I'll paraphrase what they said and they're like, "How do you listen to what I'm saying and type at the same time?" I'm like, "Well, the brain is a beautiful thing. You can use all kinds of facets of it." So just because Melissa is visually impaired doesn't stop her from developing other. Oh, we came back on. We got signal reposition. We lost all our viewers. Let me go on my Facebook page and tell them to come back here. Can you hear me, Melissa? All right, we're back on. I don't know what happened there. Had a signal interrupt us or something. Let me go on my Facebook page and reconnect all this. Let's see here. Back live at same address. Okay. And let me reconnect here. Oh, what was I was saying that, you know, just because Melissa has a visual impairment doesn't keep her from being able to type, you know, and develop those skill sets. You know, Melissa, you have skill sets that most of us will never have because of your, you know, because of your vision loss. You know, you're, like I said, you got mad skills on the typewriter. That's what I was basically saying is nobody underestimate anyone with any kind of a disability because I found often people with disabilities, and I don't even like that word, disability. I'm back. Volteate. I've returned. I don't even remember what the day. Oh, Rich. Hey, Rich. I don't know if you caught the beginning of the stream, but I totally forgot about your question. But check this out. 1-inch heat sink. There's like one with a big extended copper piece heat sink with the LED module if you want to do in-hilts. And I also have the MHS one with the heat sink on there. And then I have some, this is a TCS S 1-inch that I can send you. And this one I think is a KR Sabers 1-inch module with a heat sink on there, copper heat sink on a 1-inch module. I can send you the whole module with the heat sink. And then I have 7/8 too. So whatever you need, just let me know. So basically at the beginning of the stream, I talked about, you know, I have a bunch of those from where I rip apart sabers to reinstall them with Neopixels. So certainly I have inventory of heat sinks. So if you're installing Tri-Cree LEDs, then I got you covered. Just let me know what you need, and you know, I'll zap it to you. So PM me your address and what you want, and I'll zap it to you. And it's on me. I mean, I don't care. It's just if I can help you out and help you build a saber, then I will. went crazy typing on your Braille in school. That's awesome. I've seen some of your videos on Braille and some of the tools you use, Melissa. Yep, that's awesome. Well, at any rate, we're back on. Sorry that I dropped out, y'all. I don't know what happened there, but the YouTube gave me an option to resume the live stream, so I did. I don't know how that's going to work out when it renders, but pretty crazy. Um, but what we were talking about is the development of Profi, and a lot of the work that Fernando's done in the Profi OS, and how quickly the OS has evolved with just Fernando, who's like a one-man army on the Profi OS stuff. And it kind of begged the question of, Fernando's doing all this work and Frederick's doing a lot of work, and there's not a lot of other contributors right now. I know you got Fernando and Frederick and Dimitri and Matt McGreary and Boyko Kazakov have all contributed to the OS. And it begs the question is, as the OS evolves, each of us has our own tendencies or wants or a lot of help and guidance. I'm sure he does. And what I'm trying to say was, what if, and where Fernando's been taking the OS, I don't have any problem with it. But what if the OS started going in a direction that not everybody agreed with? And that's where I'm hoping there'll be more community input on major OS changes. But with that being said, I don't have any disagreement with where Fernando's going with it right now. Listing saint names. Saint Fernando. I'm trying to read the comments over here too. So, but just kind of wondering what y'all think about that. Making sure that everyone's always cool or mostly cool with where the OS is going, because the OS is, and I'm pretty sure Frederick wants the OS mainly for the people. Yeah, and I think the optional stuff is cool, like the buttons. And I know the buttons confuse a lot of people, but I'm using a combination of SA2CC and Fernando button and gesture ignition and Dimitri stock. I mean, Dimitri's even involved in my sabers right now, so I'm kind of twisting and using a conglomerate of all three of those guys, the best of all of them. And maybe I need to basically publish that one and be like, okay, well, here's a twist using all three of them stuff, and buttons that I fell in love with and that enable some stuff that I've been using since Teensy Saber, and I didn't want to lose that functionality. And Dimitri didn't have it, and Fernando didn't have it. I think he has some of SA2CC stuff, like the volume menu. But what I missed was the voltage.
Vengeance.
Oops, sorry.
3.83 ohms.
Where you can, get your saber to read out the voltage. I always like that. Yeah, more people that are C++ knowledgeable getting involved and helping to evolve it, but at the same time, you don't want too many, because then the evolution of Profi becomes so fast that it's harder to keep up with. When I get back to installing sabers here shortly, hopefully, I've got to get caught up on my MyCom run first. I've got to start shipping out our existing orders on MyComs. But once I get those shipped out and I start installing sabers again, it's good now because I'm finally done with the old house. So now I can get back and focused on, finishing unpacking here, organizing the closet like I want it. Because right now when I go to get dressed, it's still a disaster. How is my Halonay connection? Halonay connection? What does that mean, Melissa? Halonay connection? I don't even know what that is. So, internet. My internet connection's okay. I'm reading it and looks like I have enough bars. Um, yeah, just go to work as Kylo Ren every day. Problem solved. I would love to do that. I've actually dressed up as Kylo Ren at my workplace for a child's function. That was pretty cool. It was a charity. It was a charity gig. It was actually an official troop, and it went very well. Dress for the job you want. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if I like Kylo Ren anymore. You know, he he went to the light side. 501st Legion, Melissa. So I'm a member of the 501st Legion costuming club, and I'm DS 74759, and I have an approved Kylo Ren costume, and I'm working on Stormtrooper armor and another secret. You know what? I should probably show you all the secret right now. Stand by. This is gonna make Fernando happy. I know. I don't think he's logged on. I think when I lost the stream, he checked out. But I wanted to show this off if I can find it. I think that's it. That's not it. That wasn't it. It's not up there. Ah, hell spells. I don't know where it's at. It could be anywhere. There's boxes all over the place. I will find it next week and show that to y'all. Ugh. I'll try to find that next week and show you guys. Oh yeah. So I got a package in from Dark Side Engineering, and it's really awesome for my next costume that I'm working on, which it'll be really cool. I've already got the lightsaber, the chest box, boots, shin guards. Well, if you knew the costume components that I just named, you'd know what it is, Max. Who has boots and shin guards and a lightsaber? Yeah, Fernando got it right. Now I've been working on a Vader for a long time. I'm collecting pieces for a Vader. And, we were really having problems down here on the eastern part of North Carolina. ESB, Fernando. It's going to be ESB Vader. So I'll have the MPP with the wires, which I already have here. And I have the chest box, boots, shin guards. Need helmet, armor, bodysuit, belt boxes. So that's what I'm working on. That will be next. So at any rate, yeah, Ken of the Hill's got a Vader, so he knows. Yep, very loud breathing. It's awesome. And I've already got all the sound taken care of for Vader, which I think got a pretty cool sound system worked out, and mine will actually be hidden in the belt boxes, and it's going to be awesome. I already have massive plans for the belt boxes. I can put a lot of stuff in the belt boxes. In the armor, might do transducers like Alaska Vader did. I'll have to do some experimenting with that. Hey, Fernando, do you use transducers or do you use box? Oh, my house just went on the market. I just got a text saying my house is on the market. That's awesome. How does Vader communicate? Well, Melissa, when you're dressed up as a costume Darth Vader, you can either use a voice changer or transducers and armor. and speaker in the chest box. I don't know that there's going to be room in my chest box for a speaker. It's all resin. My chest box came from Darkside Engineering, the guy in Italy. I don't know what his name is. I can't remember his name, but that's where I got my chest box from. And I waited like 2 years to get that chest box. So I probably could have done a lot more with it with my own. I can always go back and revise it. But at any rate, I wish I knew where it was. I don't mind you being light-sighted, Melissa, but what I was getting ready to say was, aside from building sabers, I'm also that we basically made for Kylo Ren that we've now turned into a device that can be used for multiple characters, including Vader. And, you can run it continuously as a breathing loop. I can do that. And then have the voice over the breathing loop. So basically have two microns going. So the breathing loop's going continuous. And it's just a matter of where I mount the speakers for those things and how I route the sound to the transducers in the armor. And that'll be a build of love. When I'm done with it, that'll be awesome. But at any rate, what I was saying was, on the east coast of North Carolina, here where I live, and Fernando lives in North Carolina too. He lives in the capital area in the center of the state. But Fernando's a Darth Vader out there in that part of the state, and Kin of the Hill is a little bit south of there, I believe. And then there's another Darth Vader in Fayetteville, but here on the East Coast there weren't any Vaders. And now we have a Vader here on the East Coast of North Carolina, James C.A. But there's, he lives about 3 hours north of here. So a lot of his troops are up in the region where he lives instead of down here in the south. And, right here on the North Carolina, South Carolina border, on the east coast of North Carolina and South Carolina, there's still not a consistent Vader. So we needed one, and I'm like, I'll build one. And so I've been working on that one for 3 years. And, Vader's a little bit more concealing, but that doesn't keep me off my weight loss mission. I'll still be on a weight loss mission. So you were able to fit the acre in underneath that dark side? Did you have to hollow it out or something on the back? I'm wondering how you did that. Huh. 1506 fits nicely in there. I have to look at that. That's pretty cool. Oh, it's hollow. I don't think mine's hollow, Fernando. I've only looked at it like 2 or 3 times, but I didn't think it was hollow, but it might be. I thought it was like solid resin. And the only hollow spot on mine was where the battery pack went. Maybe he's building them different now. I mean, he just got mine on his last run on SLD. Yeah, I think he's changed the way he's building them. So I might have to come up with another solution for the speaker. But I was going to do like a speaker for the breathing loop and transducers for the voice. And I'm not going to use a voice changer. I'm going to use Micom. I'm pretty happy with the Micom lines for Vader. I think they sound great. I interact with people with Micom because I use it for Kylo. Yeah, I'm going to put the controls for the Micom on the bottom of the belt boxes on buttons, so I can sit there with my hands on my belt like Vader and sit there and manipulate the buttons. With my left hand, so it'll probably be in the left belt box, and then I'll have the saber in my right hand. So that's the plan. But yeah, that's the future plan there. But at any rate, I still have a lot of unpacking to do. So I know I talked about it a little bit last week, but I was basically like, "See you, Cole. Have a good workout. Glad you stopped in." I was working. Of course, we had a hurricane that hit here, and I thought you had your Vader. And he is working on another Sith Lord. Well, that's awesome. But I had a you know, we got hit here by a hurricane in the middle of the move, and then I lost my moving trucks. We had to turn it in. Then I was bringing stuff here, pickup truckload at a time, which was crazy, out of my old house. And then I just finished getting stuff out of my old house, and I had to go back to work. And then I was getting out of work and then going to my old house and doing work in my old house. So the only time I was coming to the new house was to sleep and do Monday live videos. And then I haven't unpacked all the stuff at the new house. And now I'm in here looking around going, oh God. So as soon as I finish with this live stream tonight, I'm going to start unpacking in here and go up in the attic and get a lot of these boxes and stuff out of here. So once I get all that done, then hopefully I can get back in the groove again with Micons and sabers and you know, build some sabers that have been waiting for a long time. I know it's a nightmare, this moving. Yeah, I know you're a big Kanan Jarrus fan, Melissa, and that only makes sense that you would be. And you know, I'm looking forward to when you get that hilt. I should send you a link, Melissa, because I actually did an install of a quasi Kanan Jarrus hilt from Ultra Sabers called their Spectre. And I did a 2 hour and 40-minute install video on that, but you probably won't be able to see too much on that because a lot of it's pretty small. But I did install a Kanan Jarrus saber, but your Kanan Jarrus hilt is way nicer than what I installed. But at any rate, I am taking it one box at a time, trying to get there, but hopefully soon we'll be building on the bench. You know I showed you all last week. I'm going to turn this camera around, turn this frown upside down. Stand by one. Let's see here. Bam. Don't want y'all to see my pajamas. I am wearing pajamas on the live stream. So this is going to be one of my first projects that I build. This is a TGS Graflex, and this is a Solos Hold brass blade holder, and this is a Mentor chassis. And it's printed in brass and also rhodium on the crystal chamber. And all that's going to be crazy when I get it built. And that's going in this TGS replica. And I'm pretty excited about that build. That's going to be a huge, huge build for me. But I want to get this done because this will be like a huge boost for me to be able to build these complex Graflex chassis. But I didn't want to take these on until I built this. And the funny thing is, one of my viewers said, well, I want that saber and I want that chassis. And I really don't think they understood how expensive these chassis components are. These chassis components and the metals they're printed in, you know, that's almost probably close to $2,000 just in chassis parts, and that's not counting the blade holder, which was $250, I think, from Solos Hold, and then just the empty hilt was, you know, $200 from TGS. So, you know, just in parts alone, before I even start installing and adding electronics, you're already at $2,500. So a saber like this is very expensive. These are very high-end sabers, and most people don't want, you know, to pay that amount of money for a lightsaber, which is why you don't see a whole lot of installers installing these full metal chassis like from Goth or from Martin Beyer. They're very expensive, but they do look awesome. Oh, you're seeing my ceiling. And you're back to the live stream. But at any rate, that's kind of one of the major projects I'm working on. Hope nobody gets seasick. Oh yeah, Melissa. Yeah, Chet Osborne. It is high quality, but it's very expensive. And those lights back there blowing out with backlight, so I'll turn them off. But those full metal Graflex chassis are very expensive, and anybody that wants one of those, you know, you're going to have to realize you're talking, you know, close to $3,000 for building a lightsaber like that, which is a lot of money. And I'm not going to lie to y'all, that's too expensive for me. I couldn't afford that. You know, I built a full metal Graflex 2.5, and Graflex chassis are expensive. I'm sorry, it's clicky, Melissa. I'll try and do this stream off my home internet next time. This is actually on Verizon, so I'll try and do it off my home internet next time. I'll log into our wireless and do it that way. But I'm fading out again, it looks like. Well, this sounds like a good time as any to end the stream because it is still glitchy on my screen here. I'm terribly sorry about this internet connection. I will try and make it better on these streams. It's a work in progress. So hopefully this airs and anybody that missed it can watch it, but there's no sense in me continuing on. I'm seeing it's locked up over here on my computer, but it's still showing like it's good here, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm terribly sorry about the quality of the stream, but hopefully we'll end it there tonight. That's long enough, 48 minutes, and hope to see y'all next week. Hopefully I'll try it over the home internet and it'll be better. But thank you everybody for watching, and may the force be with you. Don't forget about Fernando's live stream tomorrow night at 9. You can maybe watch some new crazy blade creation that he's going to come up with. So FET263 has a live stream tomorrow night at 9, and tune in and learn how to do the cool blade styles that Fernando makes. And maybe he'll give us a hint about how this battle mode works. But at any rate, thanks everybody. We'll see you hopefully next week, unless there's a disaster. May the force be with you, or the dark side as it were.